Inning programs. Today, they just got confirmed that they're returning the Diamond Dynasty in a new little trailer tweeted by MLB The Show. And today, we're going to look at this trailer. We're going to talk about the inning programs. We're going to talk about how this could really change being a no money spent player in MLB The Show 21. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Before we get right into the inning program discussion, I appreciate you all stopping by. In case you are brand new and you have not hit that subscribe button, we're doing MLB The Show news and content on MLB The Show 21 before a new game comes out. So if you guys are new to the channel, you want to learn more about the game, you want to hear my analysis on the new things that they're adding, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. It supports the channel, and also we'll be doing more tips and stuff when the game comes out. So if you want to get better at the game then, you want to get tips about getting stubs for being a no money spent player or completing the programs like we talk about in this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, if you have not already, make sure to check out the Twitch channel. If you have any particular questions or anything that you want to see in regards to the game, make sure you swing over to Twitch streams. We will answer any sort of questions you have now whenever the game comes out. So make sure you check that out if you have not already. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. So this trailer was about Diamond Dynasty. We got all information about new Diamond Dynasty content. It was very basic. For people like me who've been playing Diamond Dynasty for a couple years now, there isn't that much to take out of this. They have little clips of Cal Ripken Jr., Bob Gibson, Jackie Robinson, all guys who've been legends in the game before that's no surprise or real excitement. But there is one little screenshot they have in this trailer that is worth discussing. The first screenshot is this of the lineup screen. This is what the lineup screen will look on MLB 21. First, on the bottom text, it says, every card in Diamond Dynasty can be earned by just playing MLB The Show, which is connected to this little inning program. It seems like there's going to be a lot of interconnectedness with this year's game. One thing with Diamond Dynasty and MLB The Show 20 is a lot of times it earn players by playing Diamond Dynasty. But in this little text, it seems like this may mean that you can earn these players outside of it. I assume this means that there'll be other avenues to get good players by playing maybe Road to the Show or franchise, but there's not much to take from that right now. And this screenshot right here is a screenshot of the first inning program. I assume this will be very similar, or at least somewhat what we're going to get out of our programs. As you see on the bottom of those rewards, it says XP. A lot of people may not take this as much because it just shows what the program is and the rewards that we're getting. The key is XP. In terms of being a no money spent player, the implications of this are kind of big. One thing with inning programs in MLB The Show 20, I'll show the screenshots in case you haven't played the game. You had to do missions. You complete these missions to get program stars, and yes, you got some program stars by playing the game, but they were really minimal, and they really didn't account for much of the program stars you got out of programs. If you wanted to complete the programs right away, you had to grind out all the missions, you had to do your dailies, and everything like that to get those players as soon as possible. And if you guys haven't watched my other No Money Spend Tips videos, one of my keys for making stubs is getting these inning bosses and selling them as soon as possible at the start of the game, because they aren't going to be the best at the start of the game, and you could sell them for stubs that you can use for getting collections and stuff like that. So this is going to change that kind of dramatically, I feel like. I haven't heard everyone talk about it, but I wonder if this means that they're ditching missions. If they're not missions in a game where you can earn a bunch of XP, then you're just going to have to play the game a ton, and that's how you get your inning programs done. Maybe there'll be certain ways that are more efficient to get XP, like maybe Showdown. This means that you don't have one set path to completing an inning program, which means that basically anyone can try to complete these as soon as possible. One of the big things I found was you needed to have the vouchers to really get a ton of stubs out of your bosses. And for the first couple bosses early on in the year, I wasn't keeping the players, so it took me a lot longer to complete the programs. So I got a good amount of less stubs out of that. But if you had the voucher, you get a whole 75 stars, that shortcuts you a ton, and you make a ton more stubs by selling the bosses earlier. But if there aren't missions, or at least if there are other ways to get XP, I bet you're going to be able to work around that for these first few programs, and you won't need the voucher to sell them for a good amount of stubs still. So in terms of being a no money spent player, especially me, I'm going to be looking to do things that give me a ton of XP so I can complete the inning programs and get as many subs as possible. And this is great because this might be something that's in Diamond Dynasty, maybe Showdown or some other offline mode will give you a ton of XP, which will be beneficial once you maybe get a bunch of missions done. Also, another thing is that the rewards seem pretty good so far. I mean, 5 levels in, you get 10 standard packs. At the beginning of the year, standard packs are kind of a big deal. I mean, the stadiums aren't much, and who knows how many stubs those are. But packs are a pretty nice free reward for the start of the year, and I felt like we didn't get that many in the first programs of last year. I could be wrong. I could check that right now. I think the implications being a no money spend player with these inning programs and making stubs, they're kind of big. So we'll obviously find out more with time, but it seems like if this is what I think it is, in terms of being a no money spent player, you'll be able to make a good amount of stubs by getting these bosses and selling them that you'll be getting at the start of the year. You don't have to do these set missions, or if there are tons of different ways to get a bunch of XP, then these programs are going to be really easy to complete. I thought they were easy enough to complete last year, but this may be a whole nother level, which could either mean that you're going to make more stubs, or maybe the bosses are going to be so easy to earn, everyone's just going to sell them, going to be super cheap. We'll have to find out. We'll see how it plays in the game. We'll see what else they add. We'll be doing this more throughout the rest of these little teasers and informational stuff, so not just talking about the new stuff, but kind of analyzing how they could play in the game once they come out. But that's going to be it for me today. Appreciate you all watching. We'll be doing this again whenever they come out with new news, maybe later this week, maybe next week, whenever that is. We'll be there covering it. Appreciate you all watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.